what's some advice for someone getting close to competition? How can they remain focused and stay motivated?
Yeah, so it's really important, because sometimes the training is really hard, and you need to be like ready for the tournament. You need to have your mindset always like focus on the tournament. So sometimes like some guys they kind of like get scared, like because the tournament's closed and they kind of like not get scared, but they gotta worry, about the lose the fight, and then they start to train more what then they need. So it's really important to like you kind of like need to know the timing for resting, to recover your body, to make your body be ready for the tournament. So you can like try to train like until the last day before the tournament. It's really important to recover, to rest, to be ready. What I like to do, I try to watch like movies, what it make me like excited, make me like ready to go, kind of like a motivation move. So it's really good for you to do that. And also like I start to think about the fight, all the time. I start to think about like my opponents. I start to think about like the referee like raising my hand, I'm like celebrating, I'm like trying to put my mind on the tournament. You need to be like always focused and always motivated. The motivate is really important for anybody, for any sport. And of course like the kind of the training you need to do is really important too, to make you motivate. And also like you need to be ready like with your weight, with your like diet. So some guys they cut weight in the last moment or the last weeks, and they start to get like angry, or they start to do like too much to cut weight. So they need to be careful with that. So what I suggest for you, like 3 days before the tournament, you need to 3 or 4 days before the tournament, you need to like rest, like rest, recover your body, think about good things, what will happen in the tournament. And of course, sometimes you put your mind like you kind of like in a bad situation too, during the fight, because sometimes can happen. And but you always like thinking after that, you kind of like recover, and then you got the fight. So it's really important to think like that too. So always I did that. I did that all my life, you know, during my career in jiu-jitsu. And that's what make me like be like always excited to fight. So don't worry about your train. Don't worry about what is happening inside the gym. The most important is you there on the tournament. You need to be serious there. You need to think like, I wanna like be. I wanna do my best today. Whatever will happen. And always stay with your focus during the fight. Stay like with your mind like in each second of the fight. Step by step. So you need to think like, don't think about what is gonna happen on the fight, or what it will happen on the fight, or what happened already on the fight. Like whatever happens, whatever is the point. Don't worry, man. Just like believe in yourself and be ready to keep fighting like until the end. So the fight is over only when the time is over.
Nice. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Also, I know drilling's super important for you and your team, and being in the academy, getting to see the pace and the speed at which you drill. Is that something that you should always try and do in your moves? Always drill at a high speed, a high pace?
Yeah, like like on the tournament, like you need to be fast. You need to be strong. You need to be like better than anybody. So what I start to do, I start to like put less like time, and do the fights more intensive, like close by the tournament. So we need to work more the explosion, like more the intensity of the tournament. So that's the most important. Also, when we drill here, before the tournament, we try to always make the drills be like the fight. Because it's really important the cardio too. So when you drill on the floor, and then you stand up, you stand up, and then like you drill on the floor again, you do like isometric power, and then you drill again. So this is really important. Work with the time, you know, and of course, this kind of training needs to be for advanced guys, you know. So the key is like never try to drill like new things right before the tournament, because it's kind of like hard for your body to get it, you know. But a drill like what you do best, you know, drill your best things, you know, drill and try to study your opponents, you know, and drill like to get them, you know. So it's really important to do that. And also like I like to watch a lot of fights too, you know, like before the fights. So it's really important, you know, to motivate you. And also like sometimes when I fight, I do some position. I remember, man, this position I saw yesterday, you know, like when I do. So it's really important to watch fights, you know, it's really important. Like a great example is like Helio Gracie, you know, he stayed like 2 years just watching jiu-jitsu, you know, before he starts, you know, and then he already knew something about jiu-jitsu, you know. It's the same thing. So when you watch, it's really important, you know. And I always try to be like, we try to be like very creative with our drills, you know. If you know like we can repeat that position many times fast as we can, we drill, because you're gonna work your cardio, you're gonna work your speed, you know, and also you're gonna work your grips and your and the way you're gonna setting up the position. So I believe like on the speed, I believe like before you get a good position, you need to have like, you need to be like ready to go, you know. So and the drills help you with that.
Drill to win.
Drill to win for sure.
For sure.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Andre.
No problem.
Anything else?
Yeah, so you know, like if you have any question about tournament, about anything, just go on my website, andregalvaojiujitsu.com, you know, and then you guys can be in touch with me, you know. You can send email like private for me, like info@galvaojiujitsu.com, you know, and this is it, guys. So drill to win all the time.
All right. Thank you very much, Andre.
Os.
Os.
See you.